Hello and welcome. It is May the 4th, 2021, as I'm doing this video. And right now I'm going to start off with the NHL's most unbreakable records. I'm going to be making some outrageous hockey predictions that I think are guaranteed to come into play. When I say guaranteed, as long as we have games over the next 10 years, then the following that I talk about I think will occur. Some of which might, and I think probably, will break some significant records. Some I think are relatively easy for the unbreakable, and some are really hard, and some are impossible, in my belief. Wayne Gretzky is going to be the big focus. He's got a lot of records. A lot of them are going to get broken. I mean, Ovechkin might break his goals record, but yeah, that one is the big one. Well, my first prediction, there will be somebody who's at least 8, 9, 10 years old right now even. And even someone in the league, and I'm going to be naming, well, definitely one, that will score 1,000 goals when their career is over. Thus breaking Gretzky's record by more than 100. He's got close to 894, I think it is, just as my memory serves in my head. And there's a bunch of other miscellaneous ones. 10 points in one game for Sittler. This is one of the ones that I think can be broken. It's going to be very, very difficult. Extremely difficult to happen. In the next 15 years, 20 years, maybe 15 to 20% chance. So I would say no. But again, Gretzky is one of the greatest players. As the numbers go, 1,000 goals I think will happen. 80 goals. 80 games, 92 goals, or 92 in a season. It wouldn't surprise me if that is broken and definitely at least flirted with, meaning we're going to be getting back into the 80s again. And maybe this number gets broken, we don't get to 100, 95, 97, and so on. That season when he scored 92, he got his first 50 in 39 games. There's some good scorers out there. Bobby Orr. This is another extremely difficult bar to beat. I'm seeing a few offensive defensemen out there, some talented ones, but again, I think it's going to be tough to beat these numbers. 100 assists in a season by a defenseman. 139 points. Good luck beating that. Again, I'd be going on the 10, 15, 20% in the next 20 or so years. Not likely. But I'm giving it okay odds, meaning 1 in 5 to 1 in 10. It's a nice, good young picture of Gretzky when he got his 50th goal. Now, the Ironman record for like most consecutive games by a goalie. Ironman for goalies, yeah, good luck. I mean, we're playing multiple goalies more often. Those are the ones that would like never, ever break. Now, this is the Money Charts channel, and I'm going to be showing a chart. What I have here is the hockey season, so the 27-28 season. Currently, we're in the 2021 year, even though we never played 2020, but it is as it is. This is the amount of goals the average game encountered within the year. So it was very low scoring throughout the 20s and 30s. And even into the, 4 or 5 goals a game, that's very, very low. Major uprise here for a few years. I haven't looked and rechecked. I first did the spreadsheet like 6 years ago, and I'm just updating it now. But it got some big numbers, but it fell pretty quick. 7, 6, 5. I think a lot of it is the discovery of the slap shot. And it came down even 4.8 in 1954. And then stabilizing on the low numbers, 5 for 2 seasons, 5.38, 5.6, and starting to rise. Getting up to 6. Now this is Bobby Hull entering in the National Hockey League as well. Bobby Orr coming in soon as well. But the numbers steady near 5.5 to 6 goals a game. Then in 1971, it goes up to 6.24. 6.5, 6.8, 6.82. Marcel Dion, Daryl Sittler, Gilbert Perreault. Up to 7 goals in here. And then Gretzky's coming into the league. Oh, how do you do, Gretzky? 8.03. That's the all-time high. Well, 8.17, but since then, that's the high since. And then 7 and 7/9 for like to 8 for 4 years to 86. And then we have a few more years where it's about 7.5, almost that. And then we have 91 to 93 where it's near 7. And then the New Jersey Devils bring in a major defensive system. 6.5, 6, 6.3, 5.8, 5.3. Ooh, boy, 98. Big change. 5.27. And then hockey gets boring. It got as low before the lockout to 5.14. There's no 2005 because there was no season that year. And then when the season came in, it got up to 6.17 with lots of rule changes that hockey players had to experiment with for really the first time. So for a couple seasons, we had goals near 6 goals a game. Then it started to go back down, 5.57, up to 5.83, 5.6, 5.5, 5.5-ish or so. And it really stayed at 5.5 all the way to the 2016-2017 season. And then for 3 seasons, 27 and 19, it got pretty much up to 6 goals a game. And it's steadily close to that area now, currently this year at 5.83. I put this in a chart, and I have. Okay, let's just view it up. Maybe make the size a little bit smaller. Didn't mean to push that. Okay. So there's that big first spike up to the 8 number. Quickly falling back to here. So higher highs and higher lows for several decades. And then decent size decline. So there's your get to know it, pull back to the previous high. I wouldn't be surprised if we go back and go 6.5. And maybe even break 7.5. Who knows if we can get to 8. I think just like NFL football, the league is going to set it up so there's going to be more goals. And the community, the fans, like goals more than goalie plays. That's how it is. They'd rather see goals. They'd rather see records be broken by the players rather than the goalies. In most cases. And I think that's just going to only help the bonus and really make this work in what is like a cycle base. Go up, down, and it's probably not going to make a move back up and then back down again. And that's, of course, as long as we can continue to have hockey moving on forward. But, I mean, until it isn't, NHL will be in play, and it's got no reason why professional hockey would ever fall in any near term. But it's an interesting chart that I think can keep on moving forward. So therefore, who are the guys? Well, the main one, Austin Matthews. He's the only guy in the league right now I'm confident that can do it. Any new guy coming in, we'll see. Kiprasov, maybe. Zibanejad, I don't really think so. Draisaitl, I don't know. I don't think so. And then guys like McDavid. Well, maybe he might get... If anyone could beat the assist mark, maybe him. But these are just really cheap rookie cards. I got this for what I can... I don't know if I got a great deal or I got ripped off on this. I barely paid. In fact, in American dollars, this was under 100 barely. For 4 of them. They're rookie cards, but Gem Mint 10, but by this GMA rating thing. If they're any good, I could always get it rated by a better, more reputable company like PSA or whatever happens to be reputable in the future. I did buy this as well, an 8x10, which is got a signature on it. I don't know if I paid too much or if it's... I think it's going to be a good deal because I am making wagers on Austin Matthews. So you buy this, you hold this. I could put this up in a frame and have it on the wall for wall decor at the meantime with my investment. And one day, if Austin Matthews gets 100 goals in a year, which I think he's got the best chance of anyone to do it. If he scores 1,000, wins some cups, even just one. Big value. So I'm buying cards where you can get his rookie card, cards where he's just on the... He's a lot of boxes where he's on the cover, so I just bought just because he's on the cover, I bought a bunch of them, and a lot of them. I got like 9, 10 different hockey card boxes with Matthews on the cover, and about 3 or 4 boxes with his rookie card. McDavid's on the cover of that one. Here's another cool one that I bought. I just love the photo, and it's Mark Messier, and this was under 100 US, not by much, but a little under 100 US. So I picked it up. And going back to the charts in here, if we do end up going up and make the higher highs and higher lows, break this established resistance, and then go into the 7, 7.5, then how much easier will it be for Auston Matthews to do things like 100 goals in a season? Now, as it stands right now, for Auston Matthews to get 1,000 goals by the time he's 40, he would need to average 47 a season. And in turn, you would also need to have some good seasons to make that a good career average, because you're going to have some 25, 30s as well on the way when you're 32, 36. I'm going to get to older age after this, though. And having some 70, 80, 100 goal, 110 goal seasons as your best will really help get to that 1,000 number. Yes, as far as age is concerned. I think Tom Brady of the NFL is the pioneer or the origin of this. And I can't say that because there's some older guys, and Wow on Gordie Howe and so many other guys of the past who can play for so long and so well for so long. So yeah, Gordie Howe, I mean, wow, he played till he was like 50, and amazingly in his mid-40s. And he did that in the 70s. Just fantastic what he did. But with what we know about health and diets today, and fitness and exercise and game theory strategy and how to do things so that you can play well when you're in your 40s. If any of these players can play well into their 40s, that just makes the chances of breaking those records a little easier. So maybe they can get an extra 100, 150, 200 goals, just end of career goals, meaning last 4 or 5 seasons. They play 4 or 5 extra seasons, and even the seasons before, they get maybe 10 more a season or 8 more a season than they normally would have, or 5 more. But they add up. That is why I'm extremely confident that we're going to see some interesting stats be broken, I think. I might be wrong, but I don't think I'm going to be. Take care. Bye-bye.